Hi there, my name is Caro Clarke. I'm known online as Inkteraktiv and I call myself an urban paper artist. It was actually a nickname that I got from my former job working as a creative director. I was doing a lot of interactive design and I used to do all my wireframes in ink on paper, and well, my colleagues who were all very digitally savvy thought it was very interesting, so that's how I got the name. And then I thought, now that I'm full-time as an artist, it's a good name as an ode to my former self. I've always had a really great love and appreciation for paper. And when I studied fine art originally, I actually went in the direction of paper making, book making, maybe doing packaging design. And then I ended up in the digital design realm for 30 odd years instead. And now that I'm back to paper, I sort of feel in love with this medium. It's a living, breathing medium, and I really enjoy working at it. So I was just looking for something to do that was creative. I was going through a really rough time medically and getting anxiety because of this situation as well. And my therapist was like, well, you're such a creative person, find something to do with that creativity. And I thought maybe I should do a paper cut. And that's kind of how it kicked off. And I just fell in love with the process of cutting paper and gluing paper. And when I originally discovered the style that I'm using now, I took a class in what's called paper quilling, which is this really old traditional paper craft. And I really enjoyed the process, but I didn't feel like all of the aspects of it was relevant to what I wanted to achieve, because I'm quite minimalist in the way I approach things. So I kind of adapted paper quilling to fit my own style, with sort of mixing it in with paper sculpture and using paper strips like paper quilling, but with a much thicker type of paper versus what more traditional techniques that are being used. Paper quilling is actually a technique in paper craft that's been around probably more than 2,000 years. It's quite hard to actually establish because paper is such a hard medium to preserve. But they're saying as early as Egyptians that would have possibly been able to use this, and then it developed into more of a hobby in the 16th, 17th century, especially in Europe. And then it's had a revival in the last 10, 15 years or so, to where it's becoming a more kind of modern craft, I suppose. I get my ideas and inspiration usually just from getting out of the house, because I work from home, and being sort of in a studio at home, getting out of the house is really important for your well-being, but I also get a lot of inspiration just walking around. I'm a city girl. I love living in a city, just walking around looking at architecture and just the sort of urban life in general. And I'm very lucky to have a dog who also likes to people watch, so we usually go and sit and people watch together. I'm really interested in developing more things with typography and textures and pattern. All my pieces are very colorful, and I want people to smile when they see them. I'm not a really colorful person. I mean, I prefer to wear sort of darker clothes, but when it comes to my art, I love the natural aspect of fluorescent colors. There's something really exciting about it being a natural element, because you find fluorescent colors everywhere in nature. And that really excites me, and how you can sort of fit that into your art as well. It's really cool. Usually starts off with just me in a coffee shop with a sketchbook, trying to come up with ideas. Usually I have a theme in mind, whether it's a one-off piece or a collection, and then it goes from sketch to usually working on my iPad. So I tend to make everything in a digital form, which is my graphic design background probably. But by doing so, it allows me to safekeep all of the projects that I'm working on, and also be able to reproduce them if need be. And then the digital form then comes out as a design or an illustration, and then gets printed, and then I do a process of gluing strip to paper, basically, to create the final piece. Happy people give me energy, and good food, good wine, good company, and generally just be positive in life, and you know, enjoying the wonderful planet that we live on. I think though my work is very structural and very geometric in a way, I think I try to bring positivity and happiness into my work, and I hope that people can appreciate that.